I'm Roberta Snow, and I am a poet. I think for my whole life, I've always known I've wanted to be a poet. I was pretty advanced, and I've been reading poetry since a very young age. This is one of my first poetry books. It helped me find my passion in poetry, and in fact, it still inspires me to this day. My favorite kind of poems are definitely the poems that rhyme. Here is my best limerick. There once was a bug in my hall. He was very fuzzy and small. I went to the loo and picked up my shoe, and now there's no bug at all. I mean, you get that it's not really about the bug, right? We are all the bug. For my creative process, I usually just write down words that rhyme, and miraculously, they turn into a message. The bees in the trees make me sneeze. I fall to my knees and say, "Bring me some cheese, please." Sometimes, I find meditating outside helps. I just close my eyes and let the poetry write itself. I often take long walks to get inspiration from nature and the world around me. It really helps me get in the zone and get the writing juices flowing. I take my quill and notebook everywhere. When I think of words that rhyme, I like to write them down immediately. Also, don't listen to what anybody says. If they don't like your poem, they just don't get you. I had a lot of teachers like that. Well, Miss Belladonna, have you seen my book on Amazon? I actually published my poems in a book about a year ago. It's called Stopping by a River on a Wet Morning. I think it's going pretty well. So far, I have 1 star because I am number 1. I feel like you have to be a certain kind of person to understand my poetry, as it's very deep and meaningful. Here is one of my poems from my book. Arteries are red, veins are blue. I have them inside of me, and so do you. But my poem is not really about arteries or veins. It's about what's really inside of you. My advice to aspiring poets is don't be discouraged by people who don't appreciate your poetry. They're probably very shallow people who don't appreciate the depths of your soul. I mean, you might not end up with a 1-star book on Amazon, but you shouldn't let that hold you back. Oh, I almost forgot. You should always wear black. The best poets always wear black.
Als wir nach Kanada gezogen sind, war es ziemlich schwer, sich einzuleben und sich anzupassen. Vor allem, weil der Sprach- und Kulturunterschied so groß war. Ich bin in einem kleinen Dorf in Österreich aufgewachsen und habe mein ganzes Leben dort verbracht. Darum war es wirklich schwer, alles zurückzulassen. Familie, Freund, unser Daheim, Arbeit und Erinnerungen. Jeder kennt jeden und es ist eine enge und unterstützende Gemeinschaft. Wir haben alle echt eine sehr starke Verbindung zu Österreich und unsere Traditionen. Und dann, als alles gut ging in Kanada, begann die Pandemie und wir konnten im Sommer nicht mehr zurückfliegen. So ist es wirklich schwer geworden, die Heimat nicht zu vermissen. Aber wir haben Wege gefunden, in Verbindung zu bleiben. Und wenn es nicht dasselbe ist, wie sich persönlich zu sehen. Wir schreiben und telefonieren oft über WhatsApp, um auf dem Laufenden zu bleiben. Zu besonderen Anlässen wie Traditionen, Feiertagen oder Geburtstagen treffen wir uns mit der ganzen Familie über Zoom. Ein weiterer Weg, wie wir mit Österreich verbunden bleiben, ist mit typischem Tiroler und österreichischem Essen. Bis wir zurück nach Tirol fliegen können, machen wir das Beste aus unserer jetzigen Situation und genießen Kanada mit seinen guten Seiten. Denn das Leben in der Großstadt ist eigentlich ganz spannend.
I decided to start running because of COVID. All regular gyms and climbing gyms closed, so I had to find a way to be active. And I also found out that exercising at home is not for me. So I decided to start running. I run for cardiovascular health, and I think that running helps with endurance as well. And in terms of mental health, running forces me to go outside during lockdown and get some vitamin D, which helps me stay positive, and it helps a lot with online learning and school in general. I try to run as often as possible, and I make sure to get enough sleep and also eat healthy.
Back then, I saw art as a fun and relaxing way of learning something at school. Today, art to me is like a way of expressing myself. I'm like a quite reserved guy, so I don't tend to express myself verbally. I think my artwork speaks for myself. My earliest memory of painting is of around grade 4 or 5 when I was drawing flowers, and that was when I realized how good I was at art. And that is what made me get into this hobby. The medium that I mostly use is acrylics and markers. I like these two because they are very flexible to work with, and as they dry up very quickly, they are great for an impatient person like me. So my artwork can be divided into two parts. So there is my schoolwork, which is like the most basic visual art stuff that consists of everything from everyday objects to portraits to animals. It also includes a lot of sketching. Then there is my personal work, which is what I'm really interested in. And it mainly consists of animated characters and abstract doodles. I tend to include a lot of flowers in my personal work, as it reminds me of my first memory of painting and connects all my artwork together. I don't see this becoming a career for me in the future, just because I don't think that there's much demand for abstract artists like me. Even though I enjoy this hobby a lot, I don't want getting mixed up with what I want to do for a living.
So, what's your name and what do you do?
Hi, my name is Noor and I'm a professional pastry chef and cake decorator. So I bake cakes for many occasions, anniversaries, birthdays, weddings, you name it. But my most popular cakes that I bake for are usually weddings and birthdays. And I really love my job because I get to be a part of special moments in people's lives, and they will usually remember these moments for the rest of their lives. And not only do they remember the joy, but they would also remember my fantastic cakes. So I'm really happy that I get to make their day and add to the joy.
How do you feel about having 1 star on Yelp?
It's an honor to have 1 star on Yelp. I mean, I'm so flattered.
Really?
Well, yeah, I mean, it's basically a Michelin star. 1 star on Yelp, Michelin star, you know, same thing. So clearly my flawless baking skills are being appreciated.
Aren't you going to use a measuring cup?
No, I don't really believe in using measurements. It's my creative process. Well, I rarely take custom orders. I usually meet with my clients for about 30 minutes and have a conversation with them, and then I make all of the decisions since I'm the professional. My clients will always come to me being like, we want vanilla, we want flowers, we want pink, we want blue. No. I'm the professional. They came to me for a reason. So I'm the best qualified to make these decisions. Ooh, but one of my favorite clients, I have baked for some celebrities.
Really?
Yes, really. I know, my cake, not to brag, but my cakes have become very popular among them Hollywood folk. I am not sure if I'm allowed to say anything, but it was a sign of the times. Get it? The guy from one, you know? The British, no? Okay, next question. This is a funny one. So I had this huge cake that I baked for a sweet old couple's 60th wedding anniversary. So when they got a glimpse of my cake, they both just went into cardiac arrest. The doctors were able to help them and all, but I just could not stop myself from smiling.
You are smiling.
Well, yeah, obviously. I mean, they were so happy with the cake I baked them that their hearts just couldn't take it anymore. Like, it's just the biggest compliment. I mean, I wouldn't call myself a Picasso or anything, but you can kind of see how